Good morning, kiddos. We are going to do a little reading this morning, and then also I'm going to give you a little information about what you're going to be doing today just to get you started. Today is all about the sun, but I plan these things in advance. So if it happens that today is not a particularly sunny day, you may need to do some of this work tomorrow, because we are going to need some sunlight for some of our projects today. So that's what we're going to start with, the book Sun and Moon by Marcus Pfister, because today's all about sun. It was a bright autumn morning, and the sun was climbing high into the sky, but his face was sad as he gazed down on the earth. The earth was worried. "What is the matter?" it asked. "You are drawing those clouds across your face as if you wanted to hide, and you look so unhappy." "I feel lonely," answered the sun. "I have followed the same path across the sky day after day for as long as I can remember, and I have never found a friend. That's why I'm so sad." "What about the wind?" asked the earth. "Couldn't he be your friend?" "No," cried the sun. "He teases me, darting all around all the time and blowing clouds at my face. Not small clouds that look like little fluffy lambs, but dark storm clouds full of rain. Would a friend do that?" "And thunderstorms really frighten me, booming and rumbling as they roll towards me, blinding me with flashes of lightning. They make little mice run into their holes, foxes creep into their dens, and birds huddle down into their nest. Everyone is afraid of them, the children most of all." "Then what about the rainbow?" The sun smiled and said, "The rainbow is a good friend. He comforts me when I'm struggling to break through the heavy rain clouds. But when the rain goes, so does the rainbow, and I'm even lonelier than before." "Poor sun," said the earth. "But what about the children? Couldn't they be your friends? They're very fond of you." Okay, so look at the rainbow, because today we're going to be doing some work with prisms. So take a look at what you're seeing here. This will be part of your work today. "I like the children too, but I can never get close enough to them. All I can do is tickle their noses. Then the children say, 'Achoo,' and laugh." It's like, Eli, you laugh every time you look into the sun. Huh. That's funny. "I can't laugh anymore. I feel too lonely. Shining gives me no pleasure at all." When evening came, the sun veiled himself in mist and sank mournfully under the horizon.
Do they know what a horizon is?
Mm-hmm. Well, we have talked a little bit when we've done some drawing. We've talked about the horizon line, which is here. So that is when you're looking out into the distance, where you see the sky meet the earth. That is your horizon line. And so when the sun sets, you see it coming up over the horizon. When it rises, you see it coming up over the horizon. And when it sets, you see it going down into the horizon, just like he's doing here. Then the moon appeared. She felt lonely too. After so many years alone in the vast empty sky, and she also wished that she had a friend to keep her company. The earth could see the moon was lonely too. "Don't be sad," said the earth softly. "Aren't the stars your friends?" "I love the stars," said the moon, "but they are so far away and they can't hear me." "But what about the comets? They always like to play." Here's the moon. "I like comets," said the moon with a smile, "but they rush past so quickly that they often disappear before I can say hello." "And the children, surely they could be your friends. They love to watch you shine in the night sky." I know. They call me beautiful. They sing songs about the lovely moon. But when I try to visit them, when I peek through their windows at night, they are fast asleep. Try not to be so sad, dear moon. I am sure you'll find a friend one day. I know who I'd like to be my friend, said the moon. Every morning when night comes to an end, I gaze across at the sun. I see him send out his first golden rays, and I always think he looks so handsome. Yes, he could be my very best friend. Each morning the sun glanced shyly at the silvery moon and also longed to make friends. But how could they ever meet? Would they have to disappear from the sky and go away somewhere? So how are the sun and the moon going to meet if they are on opposite sides? No, of course that was impossible. Everyone needs the sun. He makes the flowers grow, brings warmth and light. Without the sun, there could be no life on earth. Nor could the moon, who watches over people and animals as they sleep, ever leave her place in the sky. So how are they going to meet? The sun has to be where the sun is, and the moon has to be where the moon is. So, how's this going to work? Then suddenly, one evening, the moon called out to the sun, "Let's be friends, dear sun. We can talk every morning and every evening and tell each other about all the interesting things we've seen. Who knows? Maybe one day our paths will even cross." And have you guys ever seen that?
Yes, one day at school, it was like after, like when we were about to leave, there's the moon in the back and the sun in the front.
Mm-hmm. I do see that sometimes. Sometimes it's still daylight out, but you can still see the moon. Sometimes you can even see
in the morning as well.
Mm-hmm. You're right. When the sun heard this, she blushed with happiness. So she blushed, which means her cheeks are...
Maybe they're going to go on a date.
Let's see. I think they are just looking for friendship. When the sun heard this, he blushed with happiness, and his light became more dazzling than ever. Everyone was pleased that the sun and moon were becoming friends. They looked so happy each time they spoke, and as time went on, they moved closer and closer together.
Maybe one day they'll be together.
Let's see, well, they are on the front. Let's see.
Sun to probably...
Okay, so do you know, when is the time when they might be, can you think of a time when the sun and the moon might come together?
When the world ends. When the black hole comes and they all get sucked into it.
No.
But that will happen in like 100 million billion years.
Let's focus back. Okay. One lovely cloudless day, the moon finally moved in front of the sun. Okay, so let's try it again. What's going to happen when the moon moves in front of the sun? So like you're the earth, and then...
Oh, solar eclipse.
Okay.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Okay. One lovely cloudless day, the moon finally moved in front of the sun. The sky became very dark, and all that could be seen of the sun was a narrow, fiery ring. "The sun is gone. It's a total eclipse," cried the people, running around in great excitement. They fetched sheets of dark glass so that they could look at this extraordinary event. The sun and moon couldn't stay together very long because they knew that people and animals depended on them night and day. But the two friends decided to meet regularly from then on. They always looked forward to their next meeting and are much happier now that they have found friendship at last.
That's nice.
So here's a picture of the eclipse.
Have you guys ever seen one? Actually, was it like 4 years ago? I remember.
A couple years ago, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so here's what you guys are going to do. You have one project where you're going to take some construction paper out into the sun, and you're going to lay some kind of objects or like a paper. You can cut out pieces of paper. You can lay an object, something on it that is going to block the sun. The rest of your paper will fade, and then when you remove the objects, like you could use pennies, you could use pieces of paper cut out into hearts. You could use your favorite toy, like if you have a snake or something like that that you want to put on there. So you're going to do some work with sunlight in that way, as it is going to fade the paper. So your word for that, it's a big word. Are you ready? It's called photodegradation. That means that the light is going to degrade or change the chemicals in the paper to fade. Ela. Okay.
I thought it needed to look at those things.
No, I'm going to hold them up. Anyway, it's going to change the some of the chemistry in the paper to fade the colors of your construction paper. Okay, now on to prisms. You're also going to do some work today with prisms, much like the rainbow. So we're going to learn what a prism is. You guys are going to watch a video, but we'll just do a little quick demonstration. You guys know from the classroom that we have a triangular based prism, because the base is shaped like a triangle. We have a rectangular based prism. We know that these guys are prisms because they have these two sides. They have two sides, their bases here, these two sides that are parallel to each other. And they're the same. So this end and this end, they are parallel to each other. They're the same shape. And all the sides are flat. Same thing here. We have two sides that are parallel to each other. They're the same, square on this end, square on this end, and all the sides are flat. What about this guy? This is a cylinder. It has these two sides that are parallel, and they're the same, a circle here and a circle here, but are all the sides flat. So this is not a prism. What about this one? All of these sides are flat, but what it's missing is the two parallel sides that are the same. See, on this side you have a square, then on this side it comes up to a point. So this is no prism either. Yep.
Oh, never mind. Okay. I thought of it and I answered it myself.
Okay, cool. Okay. So you guys go have fun in the sun today. You're going to do your artwork / science experiment that will be your photo degradation, which will be your construction paper print, your sun print, and you're going to do some work with prisms. You're going to make a spectroscope with your CD and a paper towel holder. You can also play with light. There's another experiment that you can do with light. You'll need the same CD, so you have to pop it out. And you can make a paper snowflake and put it on top of the CD, and then it'll make pretty designs all over the wall. So I just want you guys to have lots of fun today, just exploring light, exploring sunlight, and just play around with it, okay? See you later.